Hard times are coming your way. Ha, ha, ha. You're going to have to rise above them someday. Ha, ha, ha. Hard times. Seems I'm being forced into a mold. Hard times. Save me soon, I'm growing cold. Zombie. Pandemic. What's up? It's the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Sponsored by Fryette, Amplification, and New York Hardcore Comics. Welcome. It's been a couple days. Good to see everybody from around the world. Welcome. We got a great show today. We got some friends. We got Roy from Downset representing the West Coast coming on the show. We got EMT first responder Kenneth Hess coming on the show. We got the regulars. You know, it's on. I hope you're okay wherever you are, whether you are in America or in Europe or in Timbuktu. It's all good. Couple quick announcements before we get underway. I want to announce a couple of shows that are coming up. First off, of course, this Friday, day after tomorrow, we're super excited. We got Freddie Madball on the show. So that's going to be dope. Everybody stop by. That's going to be special. We got Freddie Madball. Also, want to announce, first announcement on this one, special show, just like the way that the Danny Diablo show was a special bonus episode. We got a special bonus episode coming up with none other than Jimmy G from Murphy's Law. So that's going to be a hoot. Jimmy's an old friend. So everybody, tune into that. That's Jimmy G. That's this Tuesday. So that's coming up this Tuesday. Want to make another show announcement. We got coming up the one, the only Scully, Craig Ahead Satari from Sick of It All, Agnostic Front, Youth of Today, Rest in Pieces, Creep Division, Straight Ahead, Cro-Mags. You know him, you love him. Craig Satari's coming up on the show as well. And then the last show announcement I want to make, lots of new shows, going up. Last show announcement I want to make is we got Will Shepler and Scott Roberts from The Take. Of course, Will was in Madball and Agnostic Front. Scott Roberts was in Biohazard and the Spud Monsters. And we got those two guys coming up, pretty soon as well. Also, I want to shout out everybody on my Patreon page, all my patrons. Thank you very much. I want to thank, got some people that just came on board. Let me run my my Patreon banner real quick. That's what makes this whole thing tick. What makes us tick? That's what makes this tick here, So there's my Patreon page. I want to thank some new people that came on. That's Kevin Haggerty, represented A7 Rampage Mosh Crew. Thanks for coming aboard and being a patron. I really appreciate it. That's how this show happens, man. Let's be frank. We need your support. Please support the community. There's a lot of cool tiers on the Patreon. Come be a part of it, man. Be a part of it. Join us. Kevin Haggerty, Mandy and Joe Ackerman down here in Florida, in Tallahassee. I want to say hi to Mandy and Joe who jumped on the Patreon page. Thank you for your support. And Chris Bunkley, who's a big supporter and who's always on here as well. So that's www.patreon.com/Drew Stone. Come be a part of it. Posting stuff that's never before been seen. Posted a never before seen antidote video from 1984. Some never before seen minor threat pictures, SSD control pictures. My cinematic and music walking tour is one of the tiers. New York Hardcore Chronicles 10 Questions starring you is one of the tiers. And, another one is being a sponsor of the show. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's bring on Steven Messina, who, by the way, all these great flyers that you see, those are created by Steven Messina, and all the A7, flyers that we've done for the A7 Back to New York Hardcore Roots Series flyers, those are all done by Steven Messina. So not only is he a great photographer, but I work very closely with him on on all the flyers and stuff. What's up, bro?
What's up? What's going on?
I don't know. Are you in the supply room there? What's going on?
Nah, I'm in the office today. I locked everything down just this way I can make it to the clock quicker. You know, when things go, because I got to make the mad dash from the train to the subway train to the other train to the train.
And you clock out every day at 4:20, right?
4:20. Yeah. 4:20
All right, hey,
every day.
What do you say we do picture of the day, huh?
Sounds good.
Okay, everybody out there, listen, I'm going to put the picture up. Let's see. I want to hear from you. What is it? Let me see what we got here. What we have here. Let's see what we got here. Let me find this sucker that you sent me. Let's see what this is. Okay. Well, all right. That's interesting. Let's see. Well, one guy looks like an older guy wearing a schoolboy outfit, and the other guy looks like he's sort of like leftover from the grunge generation. Oh, shit. Wow. Let's see. Anybody out there recognize what this may be? Anybody out there? All right. Here's oh my. Okay. Oh my. Oh me, oh my. Okay. Axl Rose singing for AC/DC. That's
we have
Angus Young. Well, Angus Young, yeah. We can determine that's Angus Young, right?
Oh, clearly.
Yeah. Joe Amato, Axl and Angus. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that's Axl and Angus. And let me see what Robert says. Axl singing for AC/DC. Metal Gabe, Madison Square Garden. Well, I'll say this. I'll say this. I saw this show. If this is Madison Square Garden, I actually saw this show. It was AC/DC, and it was Axl Rose singing for AC/DC, and I thought it was great. I loved it. I loved the show. I thought Axl was great. They did a lot of the Bon Scott stuff. Like I never saw AC/DC with Brian Johnson or anything like that. This was the first time I ever saw AC/DC, and they did a lot of the Bon Scott stuff, and I really loved it. So is this obviously this is Axl singing for AC? Is this at the Garden?
This is Madison Square Garden. This is 2015 already. It's 5 years since this went down. Because I don't know if you remember, but Brian Johnson was having some hearing. I think it was either vocal. I think it was vocal issues he was having, and he just couldn't. He couldn't do it. And I imagine they probably had a ton of, it was a massive tour plan, and it would have been just too costly for them to cancel. And Axl stepped in, and I look at it like he saved the day. I mean, not only that, they pulled out a few songs that they'd played that they had never played live with Brian, which was really cool. And Axl, being just a fanatical AC/DC fan, he stepped up. I thought he was great. In fact, that was the same year they did the Guns reunion. So he did 2 full-scale tours at the same time and knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I saw Guns N' Roses at the Garden. I don't know if it was a couple months before, a couple months after. I saw Guns N' Roses at Madison Square Garden, and I thought they were great. Listen, I'll tell you that I'm a fan. I've always loved Guns N' Roses. I think Axl's a great front man. So, I'm a bit of a fan,
I am too. And I thought it was great that you could tell when he was on stage with AC/DC, the respect level, like he kind of stood back and, obviously it's Angus's stage. And Axl moved forward only when you could tell it was the right time. And I just thought he killed it. I thought it was great. I went to that show by myself. I was like, you know what? I need to see this show. And I went alone. Didn't have to talk to anybody. I didn't have to, to cater to any other outside interference. And I just thought it was fantastic.
Cool.
I wanted them to do a record with him, but apparently everybody's back. Brian is healed and he's back in. And sadly, this was supposed to be a big year for them, but I guess it'll wait till next year.
Absolutely. All right, buddy. We'll check in with you later. We're going to keep it moving.
You got it.
There you have it. Stephen Messina, Hardcore Shutterbug. Yo, some quick shout outs here. Anthony Russo Jr., what's up, bro? Welcome, nice to see you. Metal Gabe, good to see you. I see Chris Bunkley, what's up? I saw Laura Zeitlin, Joe Amato, what's up, everybody? What's up, Brian Staudinsky? What's that? Messina's right on the spot with his description of the show. Yeah, it was good, man. It was good. So, yo, we're gonna keep it moving. Let me get the Stephen Messina banner off. Let's get this guy up next. Coming to you from the streets of New York. Let's hear it. Here we go. Boom. What's up, Ratbones?
What up? What up, everybody?
What's happening?
Oh, chilling out in my backyard. I'm actually getting kicked out of my backyard, so let's do it fast.
Okay, so boom, toy of the day. What do you got?
All right, toy of the day, guys. I'm going to go right into it. We got
It's a TIE Fighter.
TIE Fighter from 1977.
Right on.
Star Wars. Yo, I'm a little rushed today, guys. I'm getting kicked out of my backyard because they closed it off, but whatever. I'm going to get into more in-depth in the toys. That was a quick one today. Let's get into the show today. Talk to these guys. We'll see you next round.
All right, Ratbones. Be careful out there in the streets of New York.
Later.
All right. Yo, Ratbones getting kicked out of his backyard in Chelsea. Drama. Mad drama in Manhattan. Kicking Ratbones out of his own backyard. But, yeah, that was toy of the day. Let's keep it moving. What's up, Sid?
Yo, what is up? What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Good. Let me find our record of the day that you sent me, and let's talk about this. I don't know nothing about this, so what's up with this? Let's hear it.
Either did I. A mutual friend of mine and a bunch of other people out there. He had this on his Instagram. I just curious to check it out. I wanted to throw a curveball to everybody. I know, we all love hardcore. We all love punk rock. This band is from Bilbao, Spain. If I pronounced the name correctly, I do apologize if I mispronounced it. This band has only been around less than a year and a half. It's a 6-song EP. I gave it a quick listen, and I've been listening to it for the last 4 days, on and off. And it's a good mix of hardcore with a mix of oi, but it's just in your face. It is like straight up in your face, and I was really impressed by this band. They have a Bandcamp. If you guys are interested in checking it out, I suggest that you do. Give it a listen. If you like it, support it. I mean, especially what's going on now. Every touring band, every local band needs support. This is the only way we're going to get through this. And once we're all done, we can all go back out and just go back and do what we were doing as before, hopefully.
Have these guys played in the States?
No. Like I said, they're a brand new band. I if I'm not mistaken, when I was out with The Take at Beach Beer and Chaos last year, I heard of this band, but I never really gave them a second thought until recently. And I finally said, you know what? Since I have the time to be home, let me give this a listen. And I was just floored by this band. Like, it's not so much as I can say about it. I mean, it's very simple, but it's really in your face. Cool. Like, it's no frills, no punches pulled. It is just right there.
There you have it. Sid Da Kid digging up shit I never heard of, and giving it some shine on the show.
Definitely. Hey, guys, like I said, if you like bands like this, it's a rabbit hole. Like, always search stuff out, because you'll find something that me or anybody's never heard of, and you're going to be like pretty damn impressed by it.
What's up with that shirt you're wearing? What is that?
Oh, the hoods. Yeah, this is Mikey. Jesus, years ago gave me this when I was on a random tour, like 15 years ago. I ran into him when I was in Sacto, and he just gave me a shirt. And I know, like, the hoods, up until the apocalypse happened, they were touring left and right, and they haven't played East Coast in a long time. And I would love to see them again. They're another band that people got to check out.
Cool. All right, Sid, we'll catch up with you at the end of the show.
All righty. Take care, guys.
If you go outside, wear a mask, bro. I don't want you breathing on me, bro. Don't breathe on me, bro.
We got to be prepared.
I know you want to breathe on me. Don't. I'll talk to you later.
All right, later on, man.
Wear a fucking mask. Cover your face. Don't breathe on people. let's see. Let's keep it moving here. Couple shout outs. Let me see. Couple shout outs. What's this? What do we got here? Ferenik Zelanek. Jeez, dude. Hey guys, greetings from St. Albans, Hertfordshire, England. Well, thanks for coming by, dude. We appreciate it, Ferenik. Man, you gotta give me a phonetic spelling of that. So what's up? Thanks for coming by. Let's keep it moving. Let me get rid of all this stuff. Oh, real quick, hey, I want to shout out one of our sponsors, and that is New York Hardcore Comics. We love these guys. They've been supportive not only of this show, but of the A7 Back to the New York Hardcore Roots series. And a little thing on them is that New York Hardcore Comics opened back in 2013 when lifelong friends Debo DePro and Lee Fairley combined their collections and obsessions for comic books, punk rock, toys, and statues, magic, the gathering, and all things horror. The store is located at 117 Main Street in Dobbs Ferry, New York. If you want to support them during this pandemic, please contact them via email or social media for an exclusive store package. $20 gets you one of each, an exclusive shop t-shirt and sticker, and Marvel Comics Venom #1 with an exclusive cover to New York Hardcore Comics. That's New York Hardcore Comics. Those are our boys. They support this show. Do you? Do you? They support this show. Do you? Anyway, well, thanks for watching. I mean, in a way, if you're watching this, in a way you are. So appreciate that. Let me find their. Let me run their banner here. Here, New York Hardcore Comics. Reach out to these guys. These are great guys, and they're up there. They're a mom and pop shop. Mom and pop shop. So anywho, keeping it moving here. Our next guest, our first guest, or I guess you could say it's our next guest, a New York hardcore soldier for sure. He's been around a while, and these days he is an EMT first responder, which means he's out there. He's as we say, he's in the shit. He works in Brooklyn, and he's out there working in the middle of this shit. While the rest of us are like hiding inside like cockroaches, this dude's out there doing, this guy's out there doing it. So let's bring on a good friend of ours and a good friend of New York Hardcore. Even though he doesn't come to the A7 shows, I seen him walk across the street and look from a distance. My friend and yours, Kenneth Hess. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Hey.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a lag, but this whole world is lagging right now,
Yeah. All right.
So hey, so I'm good. So listen, let's before we get into what you're doing for work and stuff, right? Let's give everybody a little reference here. They might have seen you before, and you're part of. Tell us a little bit about what this is, and who took this photo, and what this is all about.
Aha. Yes, you're blowing up my spot a little bit here. That's a picture that was in Drew Carolan's book, matinee photo book. So that's a picture that he took of me, I guess, in 1984. And it's funny, I bought the book at Clockwork Records. I didn't know the picture was in there, and I saw it about a week later. Drew gave me a free copy and a print of that. That was outside CBGB's on a matinee. And you see I have my little Scully hat on the left side there. It's on my right shoulder. Harley Flanagan very nicely knocked that hat off my head and told me to show my skinhead. So thank you to Harley Flanagan for being a bully that day, because the picture came out way better than it would have otherwise. So that's what that is.
What year?
Carolan also.
What year is that?
He says it's 84, so I'll go along with that.
Cool.
It kind of came out like 83, so probably 83, 84.
Right on. I got another photo. Let's post up another photo and talk about this other photo before we kind of get into what's. I know you love this band. I know you love the guys in this band because you know, I always hear you chirping with, chirping with them. But so you're in this picture here on the bottom right. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you in the pit tearing it up? What's going on?
Yeah, that's me in the right hand corner in the bottom. I'm moshing it up, man. And that's Ilroy. You can see his big white head with the tattoo on the back there, ready to get juiced. And we went to that show together probably because I was hanging out a lot with him and Carl and Tony Dust and those guys. So that was an early show, and you see the guys from Frontline and Adam Yauk, I believe that is, in the back there, and
P.D. Hines.
Early Cro-Mag show at CB's, man, and that's it. I got my plaid shirt on, the uniform,
Yeah, I see P.D. Hines up there with the sunglasses on.
Yeah, and then you see Mackie there, and Kevin on the side there going at it. We used to call him Kevin back then, and yeah, good show, great memories, great shot. They barely caught me there in the corner of my head, and that's cool too. I like that. This was
the great Cro-Mag. I think this might even been before Doug Holland joined. Boy, the Cro-Mags were really. This is where they were great.
Oh yeah. That was for sure before Doug joined. That might have been like their second show or something like that. It's funny because I remember I missed the first Cro-Mag show. I think I saw it with Eric, but I had missed a couple the first show, and then Willie No Edge actually said to me one day, he's like, "Did you see the Cro-Mags yet?" And I was like, "Nah, I'll check them out next week." And he went like this to me. He went, "They're better than AF." That was the big secret, Rest in peace to Willie No Edge. So.
Yeah, Willie No Edge is Jan's brother. Jan from SFA.
I didn't know that, and I was talking to Jan, on social media, and he had a picture of Willie and himself, and I told him, condolences, your brother was a really great guy and all that, and Willie was definitely one of those original, very unique people on the scene back then, didn't fit into a mold. He wasn't a skinhead, you know what I mean? He was just a regular dude, and really, great, nice guy, man, good heart,
Yeah, he was. He always had the cigarette hanging out of his mouth,
Oh yeah.
Let me see. I might have a shot of him somewhere. Hold on. Let me see. Let me give me a second. Let me look up Willie No Edge. Who knows? I might have a photo somewhere in the archives.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Yeah. Willie Stargill, Willie Pep, me and Willie Stargill. Hey, hey, listen. How about me? Hold on a second. How about me and Willie Stargill? How about me and Willie Stargill, bro? How about me and Willie Stargill?
Wow.
We don't need to go there, though. We don't need to go there right now.
I don't know. You just know everybody.
For sure. Anywho, let's talk a little bit about what's going on with you and your work and so how did you? What made you become an EMT in New York City?
I'm not sure. It was something that kind of popped up, and I felt like it was something that I could do well at, and I, took the class and got a job, kind of entry level, and worked my way a little bit, and now I'm working in the 911 system at a hospital-based system in Brooklyn, and I work in North Brooklyn and Central Brooklyn, and I got a really good crew. Peace to Eric Dinkelacker and Christopher Baldwin, my regular partners. We developed a really, really good, robust system in the midst of all this pandemic stuff. There were 3 weeks there that was very, very rough. And we just kind of on the fly developed a really good system to triage some of these people. And, without testing and without a lot of other support, we ran out of PPE and stuff like that very quickly. We were hustling hard out in the street. People were very kind to donate stuff with us. I got a P100 mask here.
Oh.
A citizen donated it to me. And because I work at a small hospital, so we don't have unlimited resources. And Peace also to the general manager at the Home Depot in Gowanus, who we basically rolled up there on duty, cut the line, and he very kindly donated 2 boxes of filters for my P100 and some face shields and some N95s and some other stuff that we were able to give out to some of our brothers out there who were kind of working out there, cleaning their, their N95s. And, for a minute it was kind of tight, but we're getting over the hump, I think.
Do you think that, like, I've been in Florida now for almost 2 months. I came down here to see my dad for a couple days, and then it just started getting crazy. My dad needs me here, and I decided to not come back to New York and just spend the time with my dad. I figured I'm in a calm, safe place. I should stay here. But what's sort of the vibe in the street these days? Have we weathered the storm, or where are we at with this thing?
I think we probably turned the corner. It's hard to say. At the peak of it, a couple weeks ago, we were at like over 7,000 calls. So that's like almost double what we normally do on the EMS side basis in the 911 system. And it got so bad at a certain point that FEMA had response teams. What that means is that you have a guy who works on an ambulance in Missouri somewhere, or Oklahoma City or Philly, and he's on a team and he has a 24-hour response time. They come up here in a convoy. So you have people in the streets of Brooklyn and New York City from Texas. I mean, I was meeting people coming out of their ambulance wearing cowboy boots, chewing tobacco, over here taking the call volume down. So it's a disaster zone. It's legitimately a disaster zone in New York City. But the call volume went way down. I think that people are staying inside. So there's less activity. There's less EMS calls in general. And I believe that the call volume in terms of coronavirus is also going down. So we're doing good, but we want to be pragmatic. We want to stay in the solution. You know how we do, Drew. We stay in the solution, and
right.
We try to be mindful. And obviously, there are a lot of people out there that are suffering, that can't work, that aren't getting their unemployment benefits on time. I'm very blessed to be able to work. I got my $1,200 from Donald Trump. I put like half of that on my car. So thank you, Donald Trump, for paying my Geico for the next 6 months. And, I'll take that. You know what I mean? And we're doing all right. I'm not sick. My mom's not sick. I know a lot of people that got sick. I know a bunch of people, work colleagues that passed away. A couple of that died. And another fire department EMS instructor that died from this. And I just want to say real quick, when we talk about COVID deaths, we're talking about a large aggregate number that's not completely accurate, but it's based on people that have been tested and confirmed, and also people that have a high index of suspicion that they have COVID based on a certain set of symptoms. So they're not just throwing in stubbed toes and gunshots and car accidents and saying that it's COVID. It's we believe that it's COVID, and that's what we're going off of. So it's a very high number of people. There were mobile morgues at my hospital. This is real. This is real. This is real. A lot of people lost their lives and were on ventilators, and my condolences to those people. And anybody has any questions, they can take a ride with me, and I'll show them very quickly what's going on out here, on the streets of New York City.
Now, also, of course, in the middle of the zombie apocalypse, you're still getting calls for the regular shit that you're always getting calls for, like somebody, stepping on a rusty nail, or somebody slicing their finger off, or somebody having a heart attack, or some domestic craziness. Right. So you still have to respond in the middle of this shit. You got to go deal with that.
Well, so what they do is this, I think people started to get the message that if you had something wrong with you that could be dealt with at an urgent care or through your PCP, or that could wait, I think those people stopped calling at a certain point. And then also, obviously, we have to triage people based on what we see. And if someone wasn't in some type of severe distress, we would recommend that they stay home. So at a certain point, it was, and then you have a lot of calls that, it's someone with something else, but they also have fever, cough. So a lot of it started to be combined. So you have to triage people based on what you see. We just go on what we see and what the need is. So certainly now we're starting to get what we call regular EMS calls a lot more, like the trauma and stuff like that. And I think part of that is people are staying home and you just don't have as much activity. People aren't out there getting shot. People aren't out there getting in car accidents, and stuff like that. But for a while, it was really a lot of just the corona calls. And again, I stress, it's presenting with a very unique set of symptoms. This is not the flu. This is something else, and it's something new that we had to learn on the fly. A lot of the doctors and the emergency care workers had to learn on the fly. And again, me and my partners, peace to Eric Dinkelacke and Chris Baldwin, for figuring out, based on a couple different criteria, what was really going on. And we had to really be detectives and figure out what was going on, because this is all brand new stuff that we're dealing with, Drew. And I have to stress, we don't have all the answers yet.
I think also just down here in Florida, early on in the game, the governor shut down the beaches, shut down the parks, shut down the pools, shut down the fucking golf courses. I mean, I couldn't even go hit balls with my pop out on the golf course, And I was, what's that?
I said no, Bruno. Continue.
Yeah, and I couldn't believe that New York never shut down the parks, never shut down the beaches, really. People could still go out there. I mean, the fact that New York, the parks, people are still mingling in the parks and stuff like that. I was kind of surprised that they never made that move up there,
They did shut down the parks. The playgrounds were closed. I don't know how extensive it was, but the playgrounds were certainly all locked off.
Right.
So we were pretty shut down here in New York City for a long time, and we still are. So May 15th is the date that they're going to start having a rolling reopen here. So we were pretty shut down here. I mean, all the businesses are shut down except for the bodegas and the Habibis and the restaurants, so you can get some food, and people are waiting online. A lot of people were really self-policing, and you had like my Keep It over here on Surf Ave. You would think it was crazy, but people were just obeying the 6-foot thing. They didn't have to be told. They didn't have to be beat up over the head with it. You know what I mean? And people were kind of doing the right thing on their own. And I think that trying to stay in the solution, I think coming out of this, we're going to be a little bit better if we start to focus on ways that we can make the situation better as a community, cooperatively, you understand, and try to figure out some of this stuff. That's something that I'm going to try to do coming out of this, is develop some type of action group where people can get some skills and some preparation materials, some kits, where they can figure out how to kind of maintain when there's a delayed emergency response the next time there's a situation. Because we have to understand that periodically we have these type of critical care situations where the critical care system is overwhelmed, and we have to be prepared for that. And we can't depend on the federal government, or we don't know who the next governor or who the next mayor is going to be. So we were trying to figure this out. I think the people of New York City are doing pretty well. Last week it was a little sunny out. I saw too many people out on Court Street hanging out. If you're going out, go out with your significant other or your roommate or whoever you share in quarantine with. Don't be calling your friends and going out on the street like you're looking for a place to get brunch and you're hanging out. 2 people got a mask, 2 people walking down the street like it's all sweet. It's not sweet. And I don't want my mom to get sick. I don't want your dad to get sick. My mom's old. She's got, underlying conditions and stuff like that. So show a little discipline, show a little compassion for your fellow man. Man the fuck up. I gotta really say it like that. And I feel bad for the people who can't work, and I understand that that's very tough. Let's get together. Let's feed some people that can't get food. Let's help some old people that need something, that need to get somewhere. Let's do it ourselves as a community so we can get over the hump and get back to normal life.
Absolutely, man. Hey, thank you so much for coming on. And so you're gonna have to come check in now, like maybe once a week. Now that you're on, you have to come on maybe once a week and kind of give us.
I feel like you're hurting for guests. I don't know where you found what rock you found me under. My phone started blowing up. I'm like, what the hell, But I'm trying to help you out, man. So I'll come back and I'll do you another favor. You know what I'm saying? I know the people, they know who the hell I am. So, we'll do this again.
Well, listen, I thought I'd squeeze you in between, Freddie Madball, Jimmy G, Vinny Stigma, Kenneth Hess.
I'm right up there with those heavy heavy hitters, man. So you know what I mean. I expect to get a copy of the flyer. I'm gonna put it on my wall next to my Trump check with the autograph, and that's gonna be my wall of fame.
And bro, next time I see you across the street from one of my A7 shows with your girl, like trying to act like, yo, I hope no one notices me. I'm sending my whole crew over there to drag you in.
You're not gonna see me. I got my camo on, and I'm just gonna dip into the shadows. That's what I do, man. I stay in the shadows. So good luck.
All right. Hey, listen, on behalf of everybody that's watching the show, we really appreciate what you're doing, and please be safe out there. We'll talk to you soon.
I will, man. Thank you for having me on, and you be safe too, and peace to your people and your family and everything like that. All right, I'll see you next time.
Thank you, buddy. Take care. Woo! Kenneth Hess out there in Brooklyn doing it. Listen, really keeping us safe, man. What a job, man. What a job. We're gonna bring him back like in a week or two, and we're gonna keep in touch with him and see what's going on. So yeah, it's the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, sponsored by Fryette Amplification and New York Hardcore Comics. Let's see, who do I need to shout out? Also, oh, you know what I need to shout out? Oh, here we go. Here's a shout out right here. Shouting out, let me run the banner here. People have been saying, yo, Drew Stone, what's up with that artwork behind you? What's up with that great, dope artwork that I see on a lot of the shows? Yo, that's Christine Cambria's artwork, and that's her Instagram at @ccambria, and her website's www.sincerelyjoy.com. Yo, check out that artwork. It's incredible. I mean, I dig it, you dig it, we all dig it. As Ralphie G from the Mob used to say, I'm ready, you're ready, we're ready, mob style, let's go. So there you go. Check out Christine's art. Also, let me see what else. Do I got to shout anybody out here? Let me see. Everybody seems to be behaving themselves. Everybody's all right. The usual. I see the usual suspects. Giovanni in Italy. Hey, we're practically paisans. Johanna, what's up? Hi, Johanna. Hope you're well. Chris, Christine Cambria checking in. All right. Hey, I shouted your art out. All right. All right, so hey, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it grooving. I know everybody's excited. Just a reminder. We got Freddie Maball on the show Friday, and then Sunday we have the one, the only godfather of New York Hardcore, Mr. Vinny Stigma. Vinny Stigma's on the show this Sunday. It's a A7 Sunday matinee show. We're super excited. We got Vinny coming on with his girl Danielle LePage, who was the singer for Blood. Look, we're trying to get some girls on the show. We got to get girls on the show. Can't just be a bunch of dudes. Nobody wants to hear from just a bunch of dudes. We want to hear from some girls. I don't know about you, but I like girls. So they're gonna come on, and it's my show. So I like girls. It's my show. There's going to be girls on the show. All right. Also, another thing, another show coming up, I got to mention after Sunday. I think that's a week from today. Yeah, a week from today is, I'm so excited about this show. A week from today is the old school Boston Hardcore show with Jack Choke Kelly from Slapshot and Jamie Sharappa from SSD Control. Yo, I go way back with these dudes. I got mad photos that have never been seen before. Yo, I traveled around the East Coast with these guys in 1981 and 82 to see Bad Brains and Minor Threat and the Misfits and SSD Control. Like, I'm excited about this show. This is gonna be a fun show. Anyway, let's keep it moving here. Our next guest, coming all the way from the West Coast. Let me get some of my notes here together. Yeah. My next guest, coming all the way from Lancaster, California. He's got quite a resume. Originally, he was in Social Justice, which later turned to Downset. He's played with Cypress Hill. He was in Power Flow recently with our boy Billy from Biohazard. And these days he's back in Downset. He's a big endorser of Fryette amplification. He's got an incredible sound. If you've seen him live, you know. Let's bring him on. What's happening, Roy?
Hey, what's up,
Lozano,
Drew? How you doing,
what's happening,
man?
buddy?
How are you? How are you, man?
Hey, man. Nice. Good. I'm good. Nice to see you, buddy.
I just want to thank you for bringing me on your show. It's an honor. And I want to thank that's doing for all his work he's been doing, and you know that around. I got kicked off the.
I'm losing you a
so
little bit on the audio. Hopefully.
Okay. Should I
No.
reboot it in?
I think I can hear you
now?
now a little bit. So tell me, where are you? How you feeling? What's going on?
House, helping my girl out with giving me a home gig while I'm out of work. You know, I had some
Hey, Roy, my suggestion would be sign off and sign back on, man. Listen, that's why we test this shit out before the show. So when we actually do the show, it can be fucked up. So we'll usually we'll have him sign back on. Hopefully he'll be okay. In the meantime, let's bring on one of our sponsors who played with me in Antidote for many years and who is working with Fryette amplification these days. What's happening, Zumbro?
Hey, how you doing today?
What's going on?
Great to see you. We usually get to see each other, you know, in person or on stage. Yep. And but this is you know, I'll take this. This is good.
Yeah. How are you doing? Were you out in Long Island, right?
Yes, we're out in Long Island. Escaped New York City on March 16th, and grateful to be here. And you know, everything's good. Everybody's healthy.
Cool. See, look, you got a little bit of a fan base. Hey, Zum, Laura Zeitlin, you know.
Oh, love Laura. Good to hear Laura.
So we're waiting for Roy to come back on. Hopefully, there's no problems there. But let's talk a little bit about. Let me dig up a photo here. This monster right here. Why don't you talk a little bit about real quick about this monster right here?
Okay, so this is the Fryette Deliverance Series 2 head. So, you know, this is, we just, you know, Fryette's been around for 30 years, and Steve Fryette has had, you know, started out with, you know, making big 2 power amps, some of these great products. And there was a Deliverance 1 that came out in mid 2000s. And so this is the first head that we've put out in a few years, and the thing's amazing. They're available now on the website fryette.com, and there's tons of things that are great. But the simplest way to know about it is that, you know, it's got KT88s in the power amp section, and you can get a whole variety of tones from cleaner stuff to full on high gain. But whether the thing's up loud or real quiet, it just sounds like it's cranked all the time because of the way the power amp section is set up, the way the preamp and the power amp interact. So it's a killer amp. There's a lot of videos of the original Deliverance online. There's not that many videos of this yet, but it's an amazing amp. And our team, it's a very small team, so they're built in LA there's only like 6 people. It's really a team of 3 people that have built these amps, and you know, we have some available now. There's a limited amount and they're shipping, even though, you know, we're officially shut down, but we have some units that can be shipped immediately, and they're just really awesome amps. And I use that when we played at the High and the Mighty gig at Tompkins Square Park, we played a show and there was no PA, no backline. It was just that amp with no PA in a huge park. And, it held its ground. I used the Deliverance 120. So there's a 120 version and a 60-watt version. But
Cool.
That was awesome. Remember that show?
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah. High and the Mighty and Tompkins Square Park. Roy, you with us? Can you hear us? Yo, Roy. Yeah, well, obviously we got a tough gig here.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
A little bit. Oh. How's that?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I can hear you.
Okay, good.
All right.
So all right, let's skip around here. Let's just jump right into it. So what's going on now? You're back in Downset. What's happening with Downset these days?
Started hanging out again, doing and we we just did serious and we just been hung out in a long time. Talking about and we just said
Damn. Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to punt, kids.
It was fine on the test, but this must be a problem with his connection.
Listen, in the meantime, let me see what else do I got here? Larry Kelly chiming in. Let me see. Who else is out there? Hey, Steven. Can you hear me? Jesus fucking Christ, what's going on in the world, man? What the fuck is going on? Listen, I'm getting, God damn, man. No mercy. Hey, anybody out there? Any questions? Post something up. We got a lull in the action. Anybody want to shout anybody out? Giovanni, yeah, it's live. Yeah, anything can happen. Yeah, that's why we fucking do tests before the show, so this shit doesn't happen. But
so I got something to talk about. So today on my Facebook feed, my memory came up of the show that we played, Antidote played in Boston for the Boston hardcore film. And
yeah, I got. Yeah, keep talking. I'm going to find a picture. Go ahead.
So and there's it's one of the pictures from Into the Pit, and so there's a dude just flying off the stage into the crowd, and way in the background on stage you can see me, and that was such a great show. And in the Boston film, the Boston hardcore film, all ages, what is it, XXX, all ages XXX, in that film, the Antidote footage is not in the film because we weren't a Boston band, but we played that show, and it was such an incredible show. I mean, if anyone hasn't seen that film, and if whether you're familiar with the Boston scene or you're not familiar with the Boston scene, it's such a great film because there was so much that I didn't know. But then playing that show was great because, it was just, the bands were amazing. And I'd like to see the footage of us. Obviously, it didn't make sense to put it in the film, but there's the film on the bottom.
Well, this is for those that may not know, these are the last 4 films that I've done. They're all available right now, including the film that Zum's talking about, XXX All Ages XXX, the Boston Hardcore film. That's on the bottom right there. It's on Amazon Prime, I believe. Top left is Who the Fuck Is That Guy? The Fabulous Journey of Michael Alago, which is on Netflix. Next to that is the New York Hardcore Chronicles film, which is on Amazon Prime as well, and sort of the sequel or the added 1.5 is the New York Hardcore Chronicles film 1.5. That is on regular Amazon. I think you got to spend I think you cheap fucks have to spend a few bucks on that, $3 or $4. You know, so sorry. You know, there's that bit. But I'm going to try Roy one more time here. Roy?
Yo, you hear me?
Hey.
It works.
Hey. All right.
Right on,
So,
man.
all right, good. Let's take it easy here. Let's not get crazy, and let's hope for the best. So once again, tell us a little about what's up with Downset with you these days.
Yeah, Ray and I got back together recently. We started hanging out, just doing homie things, and not necessarily to, you know, talk about music and getting the band back together. We just want to, you know, reacquaint after all these years. And so while we were hanging out, we just started talking about Downset, and you know, we're getting, you know, we just decided, you know, let's give it a shot again. And so we asked, we reached out to all original 5 members. 3 of the guys couldn't do it because of the parameters in their lives and the things, you know, they just weren't able to do it. So Ray and I are just gonna continue to do this, you know, keep the Downset legacy going, do another record, and then hopefully maybe one day, you know, the guys will want to do it again. And you know, but for the meantime, we have a really solid band back. You know, 3 guys really helping us out, and friends of ours. Carl Schwartz from First Blood is going to play bass. Andrew Klein from Strife is going to play second guitar.
Oh, there you go.
And Bobby Blood from First Blood, Marauder, Cutthroat. He's going to play some drums for us. So
wow.
We've been in the studio recording some demo tracks with Nick Jett from Terror. He's been producing our band, and we've got about 10 demos that we've recorded so far, and it's sounding pretty good. Not great yet, but I'm looking for you know we're just gonna keep working till every song is great to our ears, and we like it, and then we want to share it with everybody. So
that's great. That's good news, because there's a lot of people out there that absolutely love Downset, and you know, I mean, you've had a pretty proficient career. I mean, you started in social justice, which turned into Downset, and then I know you've always been friends with the Cypress Hill guys, and you know, you were in Cypress Hill, you know, in the live band when they played, and then you know, when Sen Dog and Billy and them, you know, got Power Flow together, you were in Power Flow, and you're just a real proficient player, man. Yeah, do you have a musical background? How did you get into music?
Well, no, not really. I just I had an older brother that was a few years older than me, and he passed away when I was 15. But he was the one who introduced me to all the heavy rock and roll, you know, like Black Sabbath, Ted Nugent, Rush, and then I had a next door neighbor who was into thrashcore and death metal, punk rock, hardcore, and so between both of them, they showed me the ropes of what's out there. And my dad played the trumpet, and he bought me my first guitar, and you know, it wasn't, you know, it was just self-taught. You know, I learned some Black Sabbath tunes, some Judas Priest tunes, and you know, and next thing you know, I was like, man, I like this. I want to try to play in a band. And then I joined my very first band. Was it's like a oi, like hardcore punk band called No Reason, and that was in high school. And we played a show at the Anti Club, and we opened for Social Justice, and that's where I met Ray Oropesa,
right,
and from singer and Downset. And so I joined Social Justice. They needed a guitar player, and you know, he asked me if I want to jump on board. I said yeah, and then Ray started to he was venturing off and, you know, trying different vocal stuff and ideas, and he was doing a lot of rapping, and he wanted to try it over some heavy music. So, you know, we started doing that, you know, what I call it's rapcore or power flowing. You know, that's how the name Power Flow came about. I made up a term to you know, communicate with Ray when we were recording, and you know, I would say, hey man, you need to really power rap on this, or power flow, you know, and that's where the name Power Flow came from. And so
oh wow,
yeah, so it's just another word for rap rock. It's a style, you know. So, anyways, long story short, we did some demos. The first 3 demos was Anger, About to Blast, and Body Cry. And so we got, you know, we got the band, got some of the guys from Social Justice, and then, you know, it was just a whole different thing than hardcore. And we didn't really want to call that a hardcore band. So we kind of put Social Justice to rest and leave that and respect that and keep that what it was and leave it what it was, hardcore. And then we want to venture off and to do, you know, rapcore. And so we called it Downset, and, you know, that Ray named the band Downset, and, you know, has various meanings, you know,
Yeah.
But, you know, so.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you guys were really one of the first bands that really blended like hip hop, funk, hardcore, metal, and socially aware lyrics. I mean, you guys really, as far as, you know, it came into my orbit. I mean, we have a little bit of a history together, you know. I'm going to put up a photo or two, but you know what, let's do that. So someone just posted here, Michael Baines. I also saw the 1994 tour with Dog Eat Dog and Downset. Still great memories of that. I want to show you a picture that I took that has never been seen before. It's from the Stone Films NYC archive. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Let me dig this out. This is a cool shot. Going deep. Get a load of this, bro. What's up?
Oh yeah.
Right?
That's I remember where that's at. Wow.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's in Munich.
Wow.
Munich, Germany. We played that airport. Remember that old abandoned airport?
Yeah, of course, man.
I forget the name of that place, but it used to be a old Nazi runway for their airplanes, and so now they turned that whole place into a big gig. I don't know if it's still around, but that Biohazard piece that was drawn up by Eris, Brian Schwager. You can see him there down the bottom left, and he threw that piece up like in 2 hours and you know, blew away Biohazard. They were so pumped on that, and I remember that. That's a really nice piece for the time that he put into it. It was really quick, and yeah, those days bring back some memories. Awesome. I lost you.
On the left there, you see on the left there you see Ray smiling. I think that's the biggest smile I've ever seen on Ray's face right there.
I don't think I've ever seen him smile.
Well, that's it. Listen, that tour we did in '94, it was Biohazard, Dog Eat Dog, and Downset. We went all the way across Europe. I mean, we had and everybody was at the peak of their power, and every show was sold out. It was incredible. It was a really a magic, really special time, right?
Yeah, we pulled off 42 shows in 45 days. And
Wow.
So like when you do something like that, you can't remember all of it. And every once in a while I'll have a dream or have a daydream or a memory comes to my mind, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember playing Stuttgart, or I remember that show, or I see a picture and oh yeah, that's Amsterdam, blah blah blah. We did at one point it was 39 straight shows, and
wow.
Yeah, that was one of the funnest tours of my life. And then it was my first tour. That was my very first tour. We did
and we were on the bus together.
We were on the bus together. Was Dog Eat Dog and Downset sharing a bus, and you were in it. Yeah. There was I think there was 16 of us in there. That double-decker bus. It smelled great in there.
It was great, man. It was great. Listen, you know, it's a fun way to see the world, you know, in a tour bus with your friends, you know. I mean, it's really great. Hey, let's talk a little bit about after your first record came out, which was on Mercury. You guys ended up on Epitaph. Tell me a little bit about how Downset ended up on Epitaph Records.
Yeah, so with Mercury, we did a 5-album deal, and then they opted for the first 2. I didn't end up on the second record. Just things didn't work out for me at that time, so I wasn't in the band at that time. And then they opted for the third record, for the Check Your People record. And then during the demos, there was a big record merger. I don't know if everybody remembers how the industry and the record companies merged, and so we were just thrown over to the shelf of Island Def Jam, and we ended up on the shelf for about a year. So I went off and, I went off and I got a job at a studio called Conway Recording Studios as a runner, and I learned a lot about producing and engineering there in that short amount of time. I got to meet a lot of awesome producers. And then one day it was Rancid was mixing an album, and Brett Gurewitz, who actually recorded the very first Social Justice LP.
Wow.
12-inch.
Was that I Refuse to Lose? Is that what that was?
I Refuse to Lose was our self-released EP.
Right. Okay.
So we did a 7-inch of I Refuse to Lose, and it was about 1,000 of them that we released by ourselves. But prior to that, Mystic Records, they're an hardcore label from the West Coast. They put out like Aggression, Dr. No, Habeas Corpus, Hair Straight. That label had signed Social Justice to record the first LP, and Brett Gurewitz engineered it at West Beach Studios. So we had a connection with them a while back. And then so when I was the runner at Conway, and Rancid was mixing an album, Brett Gurewitz was there mixing the album, and I randomly met Tim Armstrong in the kitchen while I was washing dishes. And then we sparked up our conversation, and he asked about me. He goes, "Hey, what are you up to? What do you do?" And at the time, had just joined Cypress Hill too, and I was washing dishes.
You just joined Cypress Hill, and you were keeping it real. You just joined Cypress Hill, and you were washing dishes, just keeping it real.
Yeah, man, and we had just finished recording Skull and Bones, Rock Superstars, the first song that I played guitar on with them. And so I was just telling him about me. I go, "Yeah, man, my band Downset is shelved on Island Def Jam." And he's like, "Oh, I heard of Downset, really?" He was, "Well, maybe Brett might be into it. Who knows? I'll see." And so he walks in the studio. Like a minute later, he rushes back in to the office. He's like, Roy, Brett wants to meet you. He has your demos in his car, and he's talking about signing you." And so it was just how things happen. Things happen coincidentally for a reason, and it was meant to be. So I walked in, and he's like, "Man, I've been listening." He introduced me to Brett, and he's like, "I've been listening to that album and Check Your People album. I want to sign you guys. What do you think?" I'm like, "Man, let's do it." And we ended up on Epitaph, and those guys they're great people over there. They're a great organization. They care about their bands, and they gave us a shot, and we put out that album, and
that record's great, man.
Oh, man,
that
thank
record's
you.
awesome.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And so that's what happened then. And then I was playing back and forth with Cypress Hill and Downset, and then there was a big hiatus with Downset for a few years, and then they ended up doing a couple other albums, Universal, and the very latest album they did with One Blood. So yeah, man, and that was that's pretty much in a nutshell how a little bit of the Downset history. How things happened.
It sounds like this new lineup is awesome, and everybody's pretty stoked to see it. Listen, I want to say, everybody out there, anybody have a question for Roy, please post it up. Let's kind of keep it clean. Here's one. Saw you guys at the Marquee in London with Biohazard and Dog Eat Dog. I played the first album yesterday. Yo, I remember that Marquee show in London. I think those might have been the last shows of the tour. I think. But I remember we played the legendary marquee in London. It was exciting, man.
Yeah. You know, we were at the Columbia Hotel. Remember we looked there?
I got pictures. Yo, all right, go on. Yo, I got to dig out a picture as you're talking.
So that that day that we were booked at the Columbia Hotel, it was Downset, Biohazard, Dog Eat Dog, Green Day, Bad Brains, and it was all coincidence how we were all booked at that hotel, and I just remember that Green Day had just played the marquee, and then the next day we played or something like that, and it was just, you know, it was really cool to meet and hang out with all those guys. Waddy from Exploited showed up. You know?
Yo, I got the picture.
Oh, shit.
I got the picture, bro. You ready? This picture is taken from when we stayed at exactly what you're talking about. When we stayed at the Columbia Hotel in London, and get a load of this. This is fucking great. Just so going deep into the Stone Films NYC archive. Here you go. This is Bobby Hamball, Waddy from the Exploited, me, and Sean Kilkenny from Dog Eat Dog. This is from that tour. Bobby, Waddy, me, and Sean Kilkenny in the bar. Right in the bar is like a lounge bar in the lobby of the Columbia, and everybody was staying there. Like it was like a whole to do. It was really fun.
That was a fun party. I was in that room when you guys took that picture, and it was just full of amazing energy. You know, it was almost like a dream. I couldn't believe it. It was my first tour. I was in Europe, the UK for the first time, you know, and I've never left the country in my life, you know, and that was just, you know, that was an awesome experience.
Hey, I want to put up a picture, and I want to bring Zum back on. I want to talk a little bit about your gear real quick. Let me throw this one up. I just want to take the opportunity to throw this one up right here, just real quick. Doing it big here, Roy. Doing it big. Not mad at you, bro. Not mad at you here. Doing it big. Let me find this other shot. We're gonna bring Zum on here in a minute. Let me find this shot of you. Where is it? Let's see. Here you go. Right. So let's bring Zum into. Yo, Zum, bro, what's happening? Hey, Layla, how you doing?
There she goes.
Hey, so Roy, tell me a little bit about this picture and a little bit about your setup here.
Okay. Yeah, that was a video shoot for another band that I was producing and formed with my buddy. His name's Neil Romer, and the band's called Cutthroat. And that was one of the first videos that we did, and we ended up going out to Japan last year. I remember we were doing these rehearsals and videos, and behind me is 2 4x12s and two 2x12s, and I have my amps behind. I have these amps right here, these power amps with my preamp units behind the amps there, and so yeah, man, I like to combine my tones there with different sources, and you know, with this power amp that I have here, let me show you. It's first of its kind. It's a one space. It's all tube. So and the beautiful thing about this is that these transformers were designed by Steve Fryatt, who was original VHT. So what he did is in order to do it, because most guitar power amps are about 3 to 4 rack spaces. They're huge, heavy. They don't, you know, they occupy a lot of space. But because he designed these transformers and he patented them and he widened them up so they could fit in a single space. And the configurations that I could combine with other preamps like the JMP, the Marshall JMP1, the Traxxas, you know, I could plug this in with other 100-watt heads and add more speaker cabinets. You see the back here. You know, you get different ohmages that you could set up. You could, you know, it's just amazing piece of gear, and I travel with it.
That thing's a monster. That thing's a monster.
I have 3 of these, you know, and so yeah, man, this is a small monster. It's one of my favorite pieces of gear I've ever bought in my life, and you know, it's awesome. Love it.
Zum, give us a little take on the background of that and some of the specs.
Yeah, so it is the first. Hey, Layla, get Layla. Gotta love it. It's 50 watts a channel times 2, right? So there's 2 channels, so it's stereo. So you can use it with any kind of stereo rig. You can use it with a modeling preamp, and that's what those are paper wound output transformers, and that's what part of what the patent is for. And so they're paper wound, so it's wound like, you know, vintage tube amp transformer with paper insulation.
What is that? So when you say it's paper wound, is it literally paper wound in paper?
It's copper wire insulated with paper in between the windings. So modern transformers we use a plastic kind of material.
Got it.
So it just sounds like it, you know, it has a sound and a feel of an old school amp, but it's packed and reduced down into a single rack space. And so it's 50 watts a channel. And you can bridge it to be 100 watts. So it's a powerhouse, and those tubes, you know, it's 2 6L6 tubes per channel. So it's something that's never been existed before. You know, my partner Steve Frayette is the only guy insane enough to attempt such a thing. It's just an amazing thing because the whole idea between all the Frayette products is to get the sound and the feel of vintage amps and, you know, high gain amps and real tube amps that have feel and a give, but, you know, incorporating modern technology to shrink them down and use them in different applications. You know, our power station, the power station attenuator is, you know, the greatest attenuator ever. So if you have a big head, you can drop it down. So there's a lot of different products. You can learn about it at Frayette.com. But, you know, I've been enthusiastic about Roy using the products, and he's found all these great ways, and he posts videos and clips of different tone setups and different kinds of rigs. And so it's just really, you know, it's exciting for us to see them actually, you know, used in the real world. And it's just really a great thing. And it's also, you know, I think they're available also on American Musical Supply. So there's still places that are shipping during this time. And you know, we're a small company, so we are shut down. So we appreciate you know, any support from anybody, you know, that is interested in the product. And you know, we build stuff that's what we like and what we want, and that has the reliability of, you know, that we would expect. And so you know, it's really that, you know, that's what we're doing it for. So so yeah, and you know, it's just great having Roy as part of the family. That's why I mentioned before, to touch on this, Roy, what's growing in your backyard?
Yeah, you know, my girl and I, we just bought this house a couple years ago, and it needed a lot of work, and the backyard was a mess. And next, you know, we're just, you know, we plant a lot of trees, and we planted some fruit trees and fig trees, and they produce a lot of fruit. And my girl and I, we make jellies and jam, and you know, it's I could take you back there and show you what I got going on. It's nothing, not too much to brag about, but you know, it's fun for me. It keeps me sane. It's my own, you know. Let me see. You know, these are. Can you see that?
Wow.
Nectarines. These are dwarf pear and apple trees. You know, pomegranate tree, plum tree. Our fig tree is about to get going. That's
wow.
Pomegranate.
All on the New York Hardcore Chronicles live. That's awesome.
And this is a Japanese pair. These guys didn't make it, unfortunately. We're gonna have to fix that. And this is the happiest nectarine tree. Here's a orange tree. More plum. This is one of my favorite ones, the wild weed. And my neighbors, I have great neighbors. They growing a bunch of stuff over here too, grapes and pretty cool backyard. Barbecue. Anybody's welcome to come. My barbecues when this whole flu season's over, you can come to my house and have a party. This is Scotty, my bird.
Scotty. Hey, Zom, I got a question for you here. From Steve in Denmark. Quiet in Europe.
So the reason why I brought that up is because I got a care package from Roy. The chilies and the figs, and I appreciated that because in New York, that's not happening, right? It's not happening.
Hey, we got a question from someone in Denmark. Fryette in Europe, is the gear in Europe?
Yes, it is. It's in Music Productive, and you can go on our website, fryette.com, and there's a list of all the international dealers.
Okay, cool. Hey, thanks for coming by, Zum, and thanks for sponsoring the show. And we'll talk to you soon. You'll be back in a couple of days. Yeah. And we always like to do gear talk with Zum, and we got to do some antidote stuff on one of these shows soon as well.
Sure, for sure. My little girl's a fan now, so she's watching right now.
All right, I'll talk to you soon, buddy. Well, there you go. They love you over there, Roy. All right. Can you hear me, Roy? All right. So, hey, Roy, let me see it. I'm going to wrap it up. I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank you for coming on the show. It's good to.
I want to thank you. I want to thank you. This means a lot to me. It's a great honor to be on this awesome show. This is one of my favorite shows because, it talks about what I love. It's hardcore. And, I've known you for a long time, and it's a great honor for me to be here. I want to thank Kenneth Hess for his hard work and first responding gig he's got there, man. And we're blessed to have people like him. And I just want to personally thank him for his hard work and what he's been doing and putting his life on the line. I think it's very admirable, and I just tip my hat off. I just want to say thanks to everybody who came on the show, and Fryette. I want to say thank you to Fryette for all the help, and I really love the gear, and I plan to get some more stuff and keep my monstrous sound going.
Keep in touch with us, man. We want to hear what's going on with Downset, and keep us up to date with everything. You'll come on again, and whenever this zombie apocalypse calms down and you guys are back in it, we want to hear the new Downset music. And hey, we'll see you soon, buddy.
Thanks, bro. Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon, man. All right.
Bye.
Well, there you have it. We pushed through it, and we made it work with Roy from Downset. That was cool. We got in some gear talk with Zum, and that was great. Fryette, one of our sponsors. Our other sponsor, of course, being New York Hardcore Comics. There you go. So we appreciate both of them. Also want to take this opportunity to run the banner for my Patreon page. And I appreciate everybody that's come on board on my Patreon page. There's different tiers. There's a $2 tier, a $5 tier, a $10 tier. We're going to go out and do the Drew Stone cinematic music and walking tour of New York. There's posting a bunch of things that have never before been seen. When I get back to New York, by the time I get back to New York, I have my hard drives back there, and I got stuff that's never before been seen. And it's only going to be for my patrons. And thank you so much for supporting the show. That's my banner running underneath. Hey, throw your hat in the ring. This community needs support. I enjoy doing these shows. I want to continue to do them, and hopefully I can continue to do them with your support. We're going to wrap it up now. Keep in mind, we got Freddie Madball on Friday. We got Vinny Stigma on Sunday. We got Jimmy G on Tuesday. We got the Old School Boston show on Wednesday. We got Sub-Zero on Friday. We got an A7 Sunday matinee the Sunday after that. Craig Satari's coming up. The Take is coming up. Man, man, you're never going to want to leave your house anyway. So who you kidding? You know what I'm saying? Any questions? Let me see if I want to shout anybody out here. Johanna, Kevin, Andy Mason, Giuliano, Astoria Lou. Yo, what's up? What's up, Lou? Astoria Lou represent. Chris Avila. Larry Kelly representing Massachusetts. Let's see. Kevin Haggerty, thank you for being a patron. Yo, Laurent in France, thank you, bro. Grover Taylor, Happy Jack, what's up, bro? You know, so on and so forth. Steve Curtin. Anyway, that's what's up. Let's bring on some of our regulars and let's head it down the home stretch. Ratbones, Stephen Messina, Sid Da Kid. What's happening, fellas?
Just getting ready for work, Drew.
Getting ready for work?
Oh yeah. Getting ready to go through the zombie apocalypse.
Just
Steven,
catching the train.
Are you waiting for the train?
I'm on one train. Got to go to Woodside, catch another train to a third train.
Listen, bro, it's incredible how much traveling on the friggin' trains you do. You know?
Too much traveling.
Yeah.
Pretty much 2 hours at the beginning of my day, 2 hours at the end.
Hey, send me picture of the day for tomorrow, okay?
Oh, absolutely. Ratbones.
Oh, not tomorrow. I'm sorry, Friday. For Friday.
There's a little
nice, Steven.
What's that? Empire Strikes Back?
Yep.
All right, cool. Ratbones, you still outside?
Yeah, man. My phone's about to die.
All right. Hey, listen, we got to. We'll see you on Friday. Freddie's on. Dig out Toy today. And I know I said it before, but we got to get. I got to dig out some of the old Ratbone pictures, and we got to decipher them.
No doubt.
All right, yo, Sid, are we going to see you on Friday?
Yes, you are, Drew. I will be here.
Okay, dig out the album of the day, and hey, try to pick something that I might fucking know this time. All right?
Oh no, trust me, everyone's gonna know this one for Friday. Everybody.
All right. And listen, just so you know, like it's the New York Hardcore Chronicles.
My phone died, nigga.
Maybe you want to pick a New York thing, you know?
Yeah, you never know. I'm gonna throw a curveball here. You never know.
All right. Listen, I'll talk to you soon, you guys. Get home safe. All right. Well, there you have it. Another show in the can. Thank you a lot for stopping by. I appreciate it. I hope you're okay. I hope you're being careful. I hope your family's well. These are trying times, and I'm glad that I could bring in a little entertainment and humor into your life. So thanks again. If you can, please throw your hat in the ring with my Patreon page, and we will see you with Freddie Madball on Friday.